there you go. You have a good day.
Whenever Phara Brown begins to get congested, she immediately turns to a centuries-old method of clearing her sinuses, the neti pot.
At first I was a little hesitant because of the whole idea of using neti pot or using something to stick up your nose to drain out of the other end, but it actually works.
How'd you overcome your reluctance?
I want it to breathe. I want it to breathe through my nose, and congestion is an awful thing.
If you're taking a shower, you're showering your nose, right?
Dr. Jordan Josephson is an endoscopic sinus specialist and author of the book Sinus Relief Now. He recommends the neti pot to patients without hesitation.
You fill it up with a saline, and you actually irrigate your sinuses and your nose out with it. It's great for sinus problems, it's great for allergies, it's great for cough. It washes all the pollution out of your nose, the infection out of your nose, and whatever you're allergic to that may be in your nose, it'll wash that out as well.
There was a study done out of the University of Wisconsin which found that the neti pot was just as or more effective in some cases as the prescriptions, with essentially no side effects.
Side effects? Oh, you mean the feeling of drowning you can get if you don't do it properly.
I'll say to them, can you tell by nasal breathing is separated from my mouth breathing? You know, because you can hear the way I'm talking is different, right? And they'll say, yeah. And I'll say, now do that. And some people can quite easily breathe through the mouth and separate the nasal passages. And other people say, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm afraid to use it.
Tip 1. Practice mouth breathing before using the neti pot. Tip 2. Never use tap water, even filtered tap water, unless first boiled for 3 minutes and cooled. Distilled or sterile water is safest. Tip 3. Follow saline solution instructions carefully. Don't use more than recommended.
If the salt concentration is too high, there can be some burning of the tissue.
If you make your own, it's about 1/4 teaspoon of non-iodized salt for every cup of warm water. A pinch of baking soda can help soften the effect of the salt. Tip 4. If you add an herbal wash to the mix, read the label carefully.
Some of the washes contain zinc, which can temporarily reduce the sense of smell, so you might want to look for a wash that's zinc-free. We don't recommend the use of the washes in pregnant women, although the use of the salt water in the neti pot is fine.
Tip 5. Clean your neti pot thoroughly after each use and replace it frequently. Bacteria can lodge in the thin neck of the pot. And tip 6, don't be afraid to use it as often as once a day if that's what your symptoms require.
You would use the neti pot whenever there's any sinus or nasal congestion, and it can be used anywhere from once a day to once a week.
When I can feel that post-nasal drip or some of my sinuses starting to act up, that's when I start using it and keep it from actually turning into something where I could potentially be out of work for a couple of days or even on an antibiotic.